And we are live for Swimming with the Pontoon number 25, halfway to 50. We will have to celebrate at 50. We're almost a full year of doing the Swimming with the Pontoons, mostly weekly. We've had a couple interruptions here and there. January was kind of crazy. I've missed a couple weeks here recently. Obviously, I missed last week because last week I was not in town. I was actually out in Las Vegas last weekend. Excellent little vacation, little getaway. It has been probably it was 13 years since the last time I went to Vegas. I didn't mean for it to be that long. I don't drink, I don't gamble, but Las Vegas, if you get a chance to go visit, I recommend it. I definitely recommend going to Las Vegas just to go experience the different casinos. Each one kind of has its own theme, and you don't, like I said, you don't have to gamble, you don't have to drink, you can just go sightsee basically, and that's kind of what I did this time. My girlfriend and we celebrated her having put up with me for 7 years now. Poor woman. So I thought we'd go do something a little bit different. So that's why I wasn't here last weekend, is because I was in Las Vegas. And we did some tours. We went and saw the Grand Canyon. That was neat. I'm not big on heights. So certain places that we got a chance to visit where you could get right up to the edge, it was a little bit iffy. And then we went to was it Sky? Yeah, the Sky Bridge. No, yeah, the Sky Bridge at Eagle Point out there, where they've got like this bridge, this glass bridge that is 4,000 feet up, and you can walk over it, and you look down. It wasn't that bad. I thought it was going to be worse than it was for my fear of heights. But it was cool. So got to go do that. Visited Area 51. Well, visited the gates at Area 51. Obviously, if I had visited Area 51, I wouldn't be here. Hey, Guns and Golf, how you doing, man? Good to have you here. Good to have you here. I hope everybody is having a good weekend. I know it's Sunday, so that means the weekend is kind of winding down, and Monday will be here before we know it. So I will try to cap off your weekend with some good stuff. You know, we'll sit here, we'll hang out, we'll talk about different things. We've got some trigger stuff to talk about. I've got a giveaway for a little bit later, a couple giveaways. Hey, Mike, I apologize. I'm sorry for not opening your message. It was wow. I think when you sent it, I was getting back off the plane. I haven't even opened it yet. I'm still trying to catch up, but I'm glad you enjoy it. Thank you. I apologize for not opening your message. I'm still trying to catch up from being away last weekend. Here in the shop, it's been busy. Not as busy as I'd like. I think a lot of people are going on vacation. People are having their the kids are graduating. And so while I am busy, it's not as busy as I would like. Catching the binning, but okay. Well, Scott, that's okay, because you have to put up with me quite a bit more than most other people. So that's all right. What else? Oh, okay. Like I said, there will be a giveaway later on in the stream. I'm going to give away a couple more sticker packs, but I also have a trigger that this guy right here. It is a gray and red Boogeyman Excommunicado. It is a scratch and dent. It's basically what I had to do. It was one that had some pin walking issues, so I peened the trigger pins in place. It should work just fine, but obviously I can't sell it as new, so we're going to give it away as part of a system. All right, so a little bit later, we'll do that. I've got a bit of a trivia question, an easy trivia question. Later on, as you know, I've got some ideas for some more giveaways as time goes on. We'll do more like that. But okay. But another thing that I do have going on is right now on the website, because like I said, everybody's got graduations going on and vacations and that sort of thing. Well, to help you guys out, so that should you want to get a trigger system, but you're afraid that you're going to have to eat ramen for the rest of the week or eat ramen in general, I have a coupon code for you to help with that. Instead of ramen, it's a protein bar. If you use code, one word, feed me daddy, one word, you will get a protein bar and an extra $10 off. So you don't have to eat ramen. You will get a delicious protein bar and an extra $10 off, even if the trigger system is on sale. It doesn't matter what trigger system it is, whether it's a Peacemaker, whether it's an Excommunicado or the new Heisenberg line, $10 off and a protein bar. And I may throw an extra. So still get your sustenance, get the trigger system you want. Hey, you don't have to eat ramen. So that's something I threw together. Hey, I will throw a protein bar in, at least one. I may throw in a couple extra. I need to, because since I bought 2 boxes of these things, I think I've eaten too many of them. So I need to get rid of them. So help me get rid of them by picking up a trigger system and helping, $10 off, whatever it is, plus at least a protein bar. I need to get rid of them. Okay. So code feed me daddy. What do you expect? It's a funny code. What else has been going on? Like I said, got back from Vegas. It was an early flight back into Houston. That wasn't bad. Good flight overall. I know flying out to Vegas, we stopped at Denver. That flight, there was a good deal of turbulence. That little 737 was kind of bouncing up and down pretty heavily. And then from Denver into Vegas wasn't bad. It was a pretty good flight. So overall, excellent trip. Enjoyed getting away for a little bit, but I was missing getting work done here in the shop and doing the live streams that I've been kind of missing several of them. So we will be getting back to regular live stream on Sunday. I've missed 2 now, not 2 in a row, but I was in Alabama. Then we did the live stream for number 24, and then I missed last weekend. So I'm going to get back on a regular schedule, keep you guys in the loop about what's going on. Going to get more videos done on the site or here on YouTube. Did you catch the last video that I did? If you didn't, you need to check it out. That would be on this SCT frame that Unicorn Customs did. I've showed you guys this one before, but I did an actual, a full video on this guy, Unicorn Casey at Unicorn Customs. He did an amazing job on the Cerakote. He really did. He did an amazing job on the Cerakote. Definitely love the grip on the SCT frame. If you were a fan of the P80 by Strike Industries and you're not set on having to drill your own frame, the SCT frame, I'm a huge fan. Each time that I build something around one of these, I like it more and more. Don't get me wrong, my favorite is still Nomad, but it's hard to beat the SCT frame. Price-wise, the SCT frame kind of wins. Is it my favorite for under $100? Probably. I like the ergonomics of it. When it's stippled, it's even better. And it's a good option. Again, Nomad's still my favorite. My favorite still probably in the end is a factory Glock frame with modifications done to it. It's just something about it. Not a huge P80 fan, but we know that. Angry Sarge video has been caught up. You liked it? Awesome. And again, I know his books are actually full right now, but it's if you've got a build, get with him, let him know I sent you, and maybe you can, when the books open back up, because his work is worth it. I am in love with this build. I'm in love with this Cerakote option, and I am also in love with, oh yeah, I'm in love with this Peacemaker Leonidas system that I installed in this. Excellent build. If you haven't seen the video, you should go watch it. If you have, I appreciate you guys watching it. More to come. More of the old builds that I never did videos on, and technical videos, because I know you guys want the technical videos. I know you do. And I've slacked on those. I apologize for that. I've got some stacked up, ready to basically film G43 triggers. G43 triggers have, skyrocketed in, in sales. Everybody's building them. Hey, hi Thomas, good to have you here. Yes, G43 triggers, CR920, soon the PSA Micro, soon, hopefully soon. They got the magazines out. I will be getting some of their magazines to check out. I think they've got something going on really well with their magazines. Shield put out their 15-round magazines, kind of been hit or miss. The cool thing that I really like about the PSA Micro magazines is it's a hybrid in the fact that it's got the steel liner, but it's also got a plastic coating, especially over the front, which is a good thing. I really think it's a good thing. Angry Sarge, I'm doing a trigger vid. What other triggers of yours would you recommend I get, compare with your Peacemaker and other triggers that you've got? Honestly, one of the new Heisenberg trigger systems. I'll talk about that here shortly. It is an evolution of what I was doing with the Excommunicado trigger shoe. Christina, good to have you here. Glad to have you here. You can help keep these boys in line. So yes, let's talk about it. And I don't, stupid me, I didn't put an extra one together to show you guys, because I suck. I've been busy catching up. So the Heisenberg trigger system, let's talk about it. It's on the thumbnail and I'm excited. I really am, because the Heisenberg trigger system is what I've wanted to do for a little while now with the Gunco trigger shoes. I have since I started using on a full-time basis the Gunco trigger shoe. I've been very impressed with them. Okay, I've been extremely impressed. I've used a lot of triggers in my time. I started off with the Apex triggers back in the day. Not really a huge fan of them now as much as I was back then. They do have their place. They are a very comfortable trigger shoe, but they're not a precise trigger shoe because of the extra tolerances that they have in the trigger pinhole. They've got a place. Not my favorite. I have used quite a few different trigger shoes over my time, not only in my systems, but trigger systems that I've customized for other people. And so you could say I have an idea of what's good and what's not. And the Gunco trigger shoes that I use in my drop-in systems, Peacemaker Leonidas, it matches what I want. So the results have been good. So it was time to launch the Tactical Pontoon competition system with the Gunco trigger shoe. It was time. I'd put it off for a little while, but now it's here. The Heisenberg trigger system. Okay. These are the Tactical Pontoon competition system trigger that I am most well known for with the Boogeyman Excommunicado. Okay. I took that system. They came together at the same time. When Boogeyman released the Excommunicado, I was ready to release the competition system. So it all came together. They're most well known together. I've used other triggers in various systems, even a factory trigger shoe with my competition system. But for the most part, the Excommunicado and my competition system are kind of one and one. They're most known for being together. So I decided to finally launch a trigger system with the Gunco shoe with my adjustable competition trigger system. Okay, James, how you doing, man? It's been a great Sunday. It's been a great weekend. Good to have you here. I saw your message. So when you're ready, we'll build something very, very cool. We'll build something cool. Hit me up later. May have something you're interested in. So it was time. The Heisenberg trigger system line. If you go to the website and you select triggers and you select adjustable competition triggers, that is where you're going to find the Heisenberg and the Excommunicado. Okay, they're in there, and that's where they're located. You've got the drop-in system. That's an option in the website too, or you can just default to your generation, and it's going to list every available option for your generation. I'm still trying to. I'm working on the website, but overall, it's relatively self-explanatory if you play with it. Thomas, the difference between the Leonidas and the Heisenberg. Leonidas is my top of the line system. That's the one where all of the pre-travel has been taken up. Okay. The Heisenberg leaves that little bit of pre-travel that they do have and has the benefits of an even shorter reset than the Leonidas. Okay. There's a give and take with that. So Leonidas, extreme top. Heisenberg in the middle, drop-ins down at the if you want to call it the bottom. The bottom is everybody else. Okay. So you got the drop-ins, you got the Excommunicado and Heisenberg, and then you have the Leonidas systems up top. Okay. In the middle, you've got the Heisenberg and Excommunicado. Okay. James. Yes, the wide body SRT4. It's coming along. Waiting for the machinist to finally get the head done. I'll talk about that a little. It's been a crazy deal trying to get a head for that car. It's been crazy. It will be nasty, I hope, in a good way. It's been kind of a nasty car for a while. It's been a long process. But Heisenberg system, what did I do? What sets the Heisenberg away from the Excommunicado? Well, what I did was I've changed a few things in that competition system for an even better reset and a lighter brake. Okay, but still a clean brake, but a little bit lighter. Okay, I've been working on stuff in the background. Then I also add in a striker spring and a safety plunger spring so that you get an even lighter brake. So it's kind of a full system. You can go even lighter, but with my competition spring kit, but then you're looking at wanting like a lighter striker, better quality ammo. But what I did was I put together a spring that I know will light off most ammunition. Okay. I wanted it to still be able to run basic range ammunition. Okay. So I made the competition system better. I threw in springs to give even better value. So it's better than the Excommunicado. It's the Heisenberg. Then with the Heisenberg, I've got 3 different levels that I had with the Excommunicado, but because of supply issues, and it's there, and we'll talk about that. I took away the Excommunicado Tactical, and I took away the full kit. It's just the Excommunicado now. Now you've got the Heisenberg Tactical. That is the one that took the space of the Excommunicado Tactical. It comes with a striker spring, a heavy duty striker spring. It's going to come in at about a 5 to 5.5 pound break. Okay, it's heavy, but it's also going to give you the ability to run shit ammo. Okay, just plain and simple, shit ammo. And it comes with the Marine spring cups. It's, you know, if you want the high end tactical trigger, but also the extreme reset, that's the one to go with. Then you've got the Heisenberg Daily, which is about a 4 pound break, 4.5 pound break, closer to 4, with all of the, you know, it does not include the striker spring or the safety plunger spring, but it's got all the other good stuff. Okay, all the other modifications. In the middle, you've got the competition. That's the one that is the closest competitor, if you will, or brother to the current excommunicado system. Okay, side by side. Now, what makes the Heisenberg competition a little bit better is the fact that you've got the striker spring and the safety plunger spring to drop that weight down. I have it listed on the website as a 3.5 pound trigger. The reality is it's really closer to like a 3 pound trigger. You can get it even lighter with the competition spring kit, but like I said, you gotta change your striker, get lighter and a lighter striker, and have better ammunition. But to light off most everything, competition series is the way to go. Oh, Christina. Well, really? That would be awesome. I need to get those measurements for you from the dogs. I apologize. I realized the other day I haven't sent you those measurements of the dogs, so you can knock out some awesome collars for them again. Also, if you got Christina is awesome when it comes to tying paracord. She did the collars for the dogs. She did my camera strap that I've got. So she does some really good stuff. Really awesome stuff. Okay, back to the Heisenberg system. I rated it at 3.5. It's really like a 3 pound. It may even be lighter than that. It all depends on your setup, you know, and how you tune that thing. That is something that I'm going to be adding as I change the website around and kind of change things up in the description so I can help people understand, you know, tuning can make a difference. Just a drop in, or just dropping in an excommunicado, just dropping in a Heisenberg, yes, you're going to see an improvement, but if you tune it, you're going to get even better results. You're going to get better results. And it's something I'm going to stress. It's something that I'm going to be doing more videos on, and having those in the actual descriptions so that the person can click on it directly there. The thing is, and this is, no matter how good of a website that you do, you're never going to answer everybody's questions. And not everybody's going to read the website. I've run into that many times. I have had terrible descriptions where people just bought and had no problems, or they had questions. And then I've had extremely detailed descriptions and I get the same questions. So, you know, I'm still going to make it better, but at the end of the day, I know I'm still going to get questions that if they just read or watched a video, they'd have the answer for. But that's just me kind of throwing a complaint out there. Yeah, a great FAQ section, and they pass right over it. It's true, Angry Sarge. You can put a lot of time into a website, and people are still gonna just go right past it. But at the same time, at least I can try, and I want to get better. I want the website to be better. If you've noticed the website, if you've been to the website here recently, you'll notice the front page has changed. I'm trying to clean it up some. I went through some of the descriptions. Reality, not yesterday, but the day before, PayPal, and yes, I know, PayPal. I've been flying under the radar for a good amount of time. Being very careful. PayPal is easy, okay? PayPal shut me down. They shut me down. They put a hold on my account. I didn't have much money in there. They shut me down, said I needed to turn in more information, and they were going to do a look at the website. So they shut me down. I was locked out of PayPal, which was my main way to accept money, the main point of sale on the website. So they shut me down. I kind of freaked out. I knew it was coming. I knew things had to change. So it was just a bad time. It's never a good time. So they shut me down. I went through real quick and I worked on some of the descriptions. I took off pictures of guns off the website, any pictures that I could relatively quickly. I took the word Glock off of most places, and I'm going to go through and I'm going to change some stuff up. You might see G system instead of Glock system, G17 instead of Glock 17, just to clean that up, to try to sneak through. I implemented I run the website through WooCommerce. They've got their payment system. So I implemented their payment system through Stripe just as kind of a hold me over. Stripe then sent me an email the next day saying they needed more information because I might be considered some of their, stuff they don't sell, obviously. And I knew it would be that way. Of course, they also wanted to hold my money for 7 days. Any sales, but since PayPal was holding my money, it wasn't going to change much. But then PayPal opened back up for me, surprisingly enough. So I disabled Stripe, put PayPal back on, but I'm looking for another point of sale. I've got a couple inquiries out there, so I'll be changing things up. But it was another little bump in the road as I was trying to move forward. So it also gave me the time and realization I need to work on the website some. There is stuff that can be improved. I can clear descriptions up. I can put different pictures up, change some pages, add an FAQ like Angry Sarge said. I've got an install section. I want to go through the troubleshooting and install section, make some of that clearer, the safety checks, put some more videos up in that area. So if anything, it's a good thing. But it was another bump in the road when I was trying to just get things done. I knew it was coming. And again, I'm flying under the radar still. Like I said, PayPal opened me back up. They didn't send me an email, but everything was unlocked. I was able to access what funds I had in there. I was able to start purchasing things again. I used my PayPal debit card for a lot. PayPal makes a lot of money off me. Well, a relatively large amount of money. Not really, but not compared to some people. But whatever. Things are changing for the best. Things needed to change. No sense giving them money when I could be giving somebody else money that truly deserves it. So that was a fun little insanity. Yes, James Cronin, people are lazy and just want you to give them the answer instead of checking into stuff and reading. I have found that to be quite accurate. We live in a world where Google is just a step away, and Google's not going to give you all the answers, but you can learn a lot from going through and reading forums. Forums have kind of died. It's unfortunate. I remember when you could look up a ton of stuff on forums, especially car stuff. I work on some of the older cars, the SRT4, the neon SRT4 we're talking about. Those forums are still, a lot of those are still active. Some of the old posts from back in 2012, 2010, which is nice. That's when a lot of stuff was happening. So you can still look back up. Newer stuff like the Challenger forums. Challenger forums are still out there. But a lot of stuff has migrated over to Facebook groups, for better or worse. I hate Facebook groups, to be honest. They are just not as good as the old forums were. But then again, that comes with my gray beard, me complaining about that stuff. Anyways, back on topic. Heisenberg trigger systems. So it is an upgraded competition system compared to the Excommunicado. I will eventually bring that work over to the Excommunicado. But right now it is specific to the Heisenberg. Okay. Heisenberg system is an excellent value. It is cheaper than the Excommunicado. It is cheaper. The Excommunicado trigger shoe itself cost me more money, or they would be the same. Okay. That is the reason why there's a price difference. The Excommunicado trigger itself is more expensive. And let's talk about the supply for Excommunicados. I am behind on my Excommunicado orders. I took the equalizer again off the website and several other Excommunicado based systems off the website. I just have one option with the Excommunicado right now. Manufacturing things is not an easy deal. This is not, I didn't take them off because I wanted to, and I didn't take them off forever. I will eventually bring them back once the supply is back to where it needs to be. Boogeyman, they do awesome work. I love their trigger shoes. I love their slides. I love their barrels. Without them, I would not be where I am. Okay. So this is not me poo-pooing them or saying anything bad, just to keep things moving and still have extremely high quality. The Heisenberg is there. Excommunicado's kind of got to be on the wayside. If you have an Excommunicado order, I'm out of trigger shoes. I'm waiting for an order. They will get here when they catch up. So they are kind of delayed, and that's why I took a lot of them off the website. They're still an awesome trigger. I love them. I'm just unfortunately going to have to take them off for a little while. And if you do have an order, just know that it's still in line. It will still be built. It's just going to take a little bit longer. If you do want to switch to one of the Heisenberg systems, we can deal with that. So send me an email, shoot me a message, however you want to do it. If you want to do that, or if you just want to wait for the Excommunicado, yeah, go for it. Wait for it. Those are the most beautiful trigger out there. I love the Excommunicado. It's just unfortunate we got to wait on supply production wise. They are a small company. Boogeyman is a small custom company. So just like me, sometimes you got to wait to get your order. Hey, Desert Tactical, how are you doing? Good to have you here. Still got your trigger shoe saved, but that's not me bothering you. I've got it saved. It's got your name on it. We might talk about doing something. So anyways, good to have you here. What else? Heisenberg trigger systems. If you're looking for a competition trigger, if you're looking for a tactical trigger that's got the short reset, that's got the nice clean break, and you want something that's adjustable, that is an option. If you want a daily carry trigger, I've got the Heisenberg Daily. It's about a 4-pound break. Okay, so it's not real, but it's got all my extra work, unlike the Peacemakers. Okay, so you got the drop-ins, Peacemaker, TWP, the 4.0, the 4.5, the 3.5, and the 3.0. Now, I could shoot myself in the foot here, but the Peacemaker 3.0 is kind of like the best value for somebody who wants an awesome trigger system, a really light trigger system, and a good reset. And it really is a good reset, a really good reset. It's kind of the best value out there. You know, it really is. It's almost stupid the value you get with the 3.0. It really is. So and then you've got the Heisenberg, which is all of the adjustable features. It's got the cleanest break, the quickest reset, especially when it's set up right and you tune it right. Beautiful. Then you have the Leonidas. The Leonidas has a very quick reset, and with the right person tuning it, you send it to one of the official installers. They can normally tune them even better than just dropping them in there. You've got the Leonidas that doesn't have the pre-travel. I mean, it is just right up to the wall each and every shot. So you got your reset, and I mean, it's there. It's up against the wall. retaining the Glock safeties. It's not an easy one to build. Okay. The Leonidas systems are expensive, plain and simple. But there's a lot that goes into them to retain the safety. That is the biggest thing that comes down to it with the Leonidas system. Anybody can build something that has no pre-travel, but it's going to be on the edge of everything and going to be not drop safe. Okay. To get it that far, to retain your safeties, it takes a lot of extra work inside of the system to retain those. Demo Joe 97. Yes, the Leonidas is great. It's a game changer. I'm working on a variation of it for the Glock performance trigger, but the problem is you're not going to be directly up against the wall. It's a work in progress. I don't have any updates for that at the moment. The Glock performance trigger, it's got some interesting things, and I have a tune-up kit for that, but I have it on back, or I took it kind of off the charts for now, because the spring that I had built for those is just a little bit smaller than I would like. We had the possibility. I had one of my testers. He thinks it might be binding up, so I stopped that for now. But then again, we've got some that are out there that aren't binding up. So I went to my spring manufacturer. I'm speccing out something a little bit different. So hopefully in a couple weeks we'll have that back, and I'll be selling those trigger springs as well by themselves. But the Glock performance trigger system, just like with when I was getting into the regular Glock system, there are things that pop up from time to time that I didn't foresee. No matter how much, even with the regular Glock trigger system, there are times I see something that I've never seen before. So, teething. Still a few teething issues when you're trying to get the best out of them, but obviously better than a Timney. But there's still things that come up from time to time. Looking at changing connector types that work really well on normal Glock triggers, not so much. The ratio of hit or miss with those has been. I've had a couple, and like I said, I've not sold a ton of the Glock performance trigger, but I've got a few out there. Overall, good. But there's a couple issues. We're dealing with them as they come up. Desert Tactical Dave, what do you know about the SPSR20 trigger Delta Team Tactical is selling? It's like 45 schmeckles. Be interesting to know your view on them. I will have to look that up. SPSR 2.0. Let me take a moment and see if I can look that up real quick. Maybe I can SPSR 2.0 Delta Team Tactical Lightning Tap Trigger. Oh, this is basically, yeah. I'll look at it closer, but that looks short pull, short reset. Yeah. Maybe I'll order one. It looks to be pretty much a Chinese trigger shoe. Looks like a basic generic Chinese. I'll bet. I'll look at it. I'll look at it a little bit closer. Yeah, short pull, short reset. I'll look at it. I pretty much have an idea just looking at it. It's it's a Chinese aluminum trigger shoe. Why don't I order one in? I'll get one. I'll look at ordering one in. We can take a look at it. Pretty sure I have an idea. It's when it comes to marketing, I've seen a lot of different marketing. Lantac has their super short reset trigger bar, which is, or not trigger bar. connector that is basically just a rebranded Ghost, but they call it super short reset. It's really going to depend on the frame and how you tune it when it comes to how short that reset is. You can get a short reset on quite a few things, but I don't see an over travel stop, which helps on your reset distance. So it's probably not going to be anything too terribly crazy. And when it comes to the short pull variety, unless they're riding up against that wall and seeing how their trigger bar is set up with the vertical extension, can only be so short before it's falling off the ledge there. I'll look at ordering one in so we can take a look at it closer. But we'll see. It looks to be kind of like, I would say, on par with buying one of Overwatch's basic drop-in kits. It's probably a basic 3.5 pound connector with an aftermarket trigger bar. Knowing Delta Team Tactical has become, Delta Team Tactical has kind of become the retail section of P80. It's probably a P80 trigger block housing. I would be interested to see exactly what trigger bar it is. I've in my search for trigger bars, aftermarket and otherwise, I've seen there's like 3 or 4 different ones out there. Be interested to see which one it is. I have an aftermarket trigger bar that I really like. I have other aftermarket trigger bars that I don't like for a variety of reasons. Angry Sarge, that is a concern. That is a concern, is that the shelf and drop safety. Most likely, we'll see, but most likely it's probably just fine. It's probably really generic. Over time, a lot of these companies have learned to stay away from that end of things, because it's just not worth it being dragged through the coals. A lot of them, pretty much, it's kind of become almost an industry standard to take up about 50 to 40% of the over travel compared to factory. Agency still runs really close to the line. Obviously, Ranger Proof and their Vex trigger shoe and the variants run really, really close to the line, to the point where it's not really my favorite for that reason. Really runs too close to the line, and sometimes it falls off. P80s, it falls off. G43s, it's so stupid close, it's not even funny. But is what it is. That's why for me, a little bit of pre-travel is fine. It's really, if you're going to run it fast, you're going to be running it off the reset. So as long as your reset's nice and clean and fast, and it's there, Timney, I'm talking to you. You're better off than trying to take up all of that. Take up, unless you want the Leonidas. And like I said, I go through each Leonidas system. It's a lot of work to make sure that thing is safe, to make sure that there is a ledge for that thing to sit on, because and this one has the Leonidas, this one has an extended ledge so that you can have all of that take up removed and still have a drop ledge for that thing to sit on. Plus, you've got the trigger safety tab in the trigger itself that's been modified so that it sits right up to the frame like it should, so that even with the slide off, you have ledge for it to sit on. And then, of course, you have you have to modify the vertical extension so that it is not contacting the drop safety plunger in the slide. You start taking that, you start leaving the and as you can see from that picture that was on that SSP or SPR or SR trigger, it's a factory vertical extension. There's no modification to the profile. And that's one of the reasons why I'm not a big fan of the Vex trigger shoe, because they sell just the trigger shoe by itself with that vertical extension not modified. Ranger Proof being Ranger Proof, having dealt with them in the past, I thought they would have learned. But then again, they're blessed by a higher power now. Okay. Demo Joe. Let me get yours. Yes, if you do a Glock Performance Leonidas, is there going to be a refurb program? Yes. For people that already have one, I'll get you, especially, I mean, you've got quite a few of my triggers at this point, and different variations on the Glock Performance trigger. So yes, I will do that. I will offer that as a service should I get to that point. Like I said, I've got a test unit out there. It was one of the ones that had an issue with trigger spring binding, and why I went through and went back to my manufacturer of springs so that we could update that. So yes. So yeah, like with let me go back to the Leonidas Glock Performance trigger. The one thing that I found is I could not get it completely up to the wall. There's still just a hair bit of take up. Almost, it's very minuscule, but it is there because of the way that safety works in the Glock Performance trigger. There's not a place to extend a drop safety ledge, and because there isn't a true drop safety ledge, there's a little hook that trigger bar sits in, and there's not really a way to add on to that. I can get really, really close, but I have to stay within that. I would have to, and perhaps later on, cost benefit, you got to look at that. I would have to basically build a new sear assembly. Not cheap. The benefits it would be hard to benefit. So anyways, so yes, if I go ahead and do that system, well, I'll get you taken care of, Joe. I'll get you taken care of. And let me know how that thing runs. I know you were talking about running it this week. So when you get a chance, I know, the other thing was, like I said, the trigger spring on that I've got coming, another variation is coming. I got a hold of my manufacturer. We changed some specs. So hopefully within another week or two, depending on their availability, I should have that new spring assembly in. So I can put those back on the website, those updated kits for the Glock Performance trigger. So anyways, and I'll put those springs by themselves as well. So if somebody wants just to add that spring to their Glock Performance trigger and keep everything factory, it's an option. Okay. What else is on the docket? What else did I want to talk about? Oh, let's do this. Well, looks like we've got 11 people in chat. Let's do the giveaway because we're at 48 minutes. I've dragged you on here long enough. So, awesome. Your Leonidas ran like a champ. Okay. Well, let me know on that Glock Performance trigger because, like I said, issues pop up with that Glock Performance trigger that I didn't exactly see in my test frame, in my testing. But we'll see. We'll get it running. All these Glock Performance triggers. I do like the Glock Performance trigger. It's really light. It is nice and light. I'm still a fan of the original style Glock trigger overall, probably just because I know it better, but that's just me. Nothing wrong with something new. Anyways, okay, guys, if you're paying attention, if you are here, let's do a giveaway for a Boogeyman Excommunicado. This will be built up as an equalizer 3.5 trigger system when I'm done. I can do Generation 5, but you just let me know which one you've got. Generation 5, Generation 3, 1, 2, P80, all that stuff. So it is gray. It is their silver gray with a red safety. So let's do the giveaway. And that will come with the trigger system and some stickers, because when you have the best sticker game in town, you got to share those babies around. So I will make sure you get a full sticker pack with this guy. All right. Are you ready? We've got 12 people for the giveaway. Here is the question. The first person to answer this question correctly will win. I'm going to keep it simple. Hey, Steven, good to have you here. Good to have you here. I know I've changed the times up and you haven't had a chance to be here. I need to get back to the later in the evening ones. I'll try to do that. And Steven, I would love to have you actually on the show one of these times. That would be a lot of fun. I'd love to pick your brain and let other people pick your brain. Okay, here is the question. Are you ready? I know it's simple. It's going to be stupid, but you guys are going to get this one easy. How many pins does a first generation Glock have? How many trigger pins? How many pins does a generation 1 Glock have? 2 pins. Desert Tactical Dave, you knocked it out of the park. You knocked it out of the park. All right, it's going to Dave. It's going to Dave. All right. So obviously, Dave, you know how to get a hold of me, and I'm guessing you want a generation 3. And I know I've got your address somewhere, so you get a bunch of stickers and this beautiful Boogeyman trigger that you can put on your channel. And I gotta have you on too. Gotta have you on too. Everybody, don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. They have 2 pins. You've got, it was generation 3 when they came out with a 3rd pin up top for Glock. When Glock came out with the 40 Smith & Wesson, they added the top pin in the trigger block, or in the drawing a blank, locking block. They added the 3rd pin, and then generation 5 they took it out. So 2. Yeah, Dave's fast. Dave's fast on that one. Everybody, I mean, they came in pretty quick, so that was awesome, guys. Why don't I'll do 2 sticker packs? Okay, so the next question, first person to get it gets a sticker pack, one of every sticker that I have for Tactical Pontoon, and maybe some for like Synology, and if I've got like a Gunco or something, I'll throw that into, maybe even Protein Bar. How many rounds does a Glock 19 hold? How many rounds? First person to get this one wins a sticker pack. 15. Steven, you are up. Steven, shoot me your address. Shoot me an email or something with your address. And I'll get you taken care of on that one. And then I'm going to take the next one as the next answer as the winner of another sticker pack. I might as well do another one. Punisher Splat, you are the second winner. Okay. Shoot me an email at tacticalpontoon@gmail.com with your information. I will send you a sticker pack. I'm going to do 3 sticker packs. So we've given away 2. Steven, okay? Too many for YouTube. I know. It's not fair. I'm going to come up with a better way to give stuff, give other things away. So let's do one more sticker pack, okay? Punisher Splat, tacticalpontoon@gmail.com. Shoot me your information so I can shoot you over this sticker pack. I'll throw in extras and stuff as well. I want to see pictures on Instagram or otherwise of where these stickers end up. Just try to keep them somewhat non-XXX. I don't want to see it on your ass. I really don't, especially if you spread. Just anyways. Okay. One more. I know YouTube being the way it is. We'll do one more. Let me think of a good one. Okay. This one, you guys are, it's gonna be a little bit more difficult. Generation 3 Glock. If you have a trigger that will not return after you shoot, so it sticks backwards after you shoot and the slide cycles, okay, and the trigger sticks back, what is the most likely cause of that? Okay. I'm sorry, Steven, but you got some stickers. You got some stickers, Steven. Not the connector. No. What is the most likely cause of the trigger sticking back? Connector is a possibility, but what? There's one I'm looking for. Light striker spring? No. What is the most likely cause of the trigger sticking back and not resetting after the slide has cycled? I'm looking for. Firing pin spring is not correct. Depressor plunger is not what I'm looking for. The trigger spring offset. Yes. Desert Tactical Dave, you knocked it out of the park again. That was what I was looking for. And that is most likely what it is normally. And I've seen it many times of people taking apart their triggers and, to clean or to install, and they don't get their trigger spring set vertically in this little groove. Generation 1 through early 3 didn't even have this groove, and so it was even more prevalent. But it's definitely. But yes, the other things were correct. Now I was looking for one specific thing. You guys were not wrong. Striker spring issues can cause that, especially if they're too weak, especially when you get too light of a striker spring in with a heavy duty trigger spring, and as well as recoil springs. You can have a whole mess. You don't have enough tension on your connector, it can run into it. So what I'm going to do, since Dave already won, I'm going to start a new question. Yes, Desert Tech. I'm gonna do another question. Let me think of one. That was kind of unfair in some ways. I'm gonna do another one. G43s, Slimlines, G48s, G43X, CR920. If you squeeze the trigger and it does not break, okay, it just feels really, it just passes by, not spongy. You don't feel the striker spring. It just does not break. No, that one. That one's another one that could get me in trouble. I'm not going to do that one. How many variations of the Heisenberg trigger system are there currently? Heisenberg, not Peacemaker, not Leonidas. How many Heisenberg trigger systems are there? I listed it earlier in the video. Demo Joe? Nope. Not 1, not 2, 3. Angry Sarge, you are up. At least on my deal, it's 3. There is the daily, there is the tactical, and there's the competition. So there's 3 trigger systems. All right, Angry Sarge, I know I've got your information somewhere, but it's been a while since I sent you anything. Shoot me a message on Instagram. I will send you a bunch of new stickers. I think back when you ordered, I only had a couple stickers. I'm going to send you an entire sticker pack. Maybe in the background of a video or somewhere, you can stick 1 or 2. That would be awesome. Awesome. That was it. That's what I've got to give away today. So yeah, I think we had fun. I think this was a good episode of Swimming with the Pontoon. This is number 25, halfway to 50. 50, we're gonna have to really celebrate, but 25, that's pretty cool. Been doing this live streaming thing for almost a year. I cannot believe it. That's crazy. Again, if you're gonna order a trigger, use code FeedMeDaddy. One word. You will get this delicious. One of these delicious, maybe 2, depends on which one you order. If you order a higher end one, like a Leonidas, I'll send at least 2. I need to get them out of my house because I will eat these things. They're really good. This will keep you from eating ramen. Feed Me Daddy, one word. You will get $10 off, and you will get a protein bar. And these are good. If I run out of them because I eat them all, I will buy more. So that is good until Thursday. So save yourself $10, get a protein bar or 2. And of course, an awesome trigger. Guys, it's been another great week. It's been it's been good. We had another great show. I appreciate everybody for being here. I really do. This is always a lot of fun. Sometimes I dread getting on camera just because I'm kind of a quiet person or I've been busy all week. But once I get in here talking to you guys, I have a lot of fun. Punisher Splat, I may end up trigger system for your Glock 44. I would recommend on the Glock 44 because of its system, of how heavy a trigger spring those things run. I would really recommend a Glock Performance trigger. If not mine, I would order a Glock Performance trigger for the $100 and then maybe throw a trigger shoe on it. That's the yes, I would love to sell you a trigger. I would love to, but with the Glock 44, just because of how heavy a striker spring those have to have, and you can't really change that striker spring out. Anything's going to be really heavy. A Glock Performance trigger is probably the way I'd go, and maybe order a trigger shoe from me. Guys, I would love to sell you something. But I'm also not going to be one of those people that's just going to sell you something just because. Okay. Steve, awesome. Stickers on your bench. Yes. Follow Angry Sarge here on YouTube. Good dude, really good dude. So, guys, that's been this week. One other thing, I'm just gonna mention this before we go. The Tactical Pontoon YouTube channel finally got monetized. Okay, which means I can actually accept super chats, which is kind of cool. So if you ever wanted to buy me a soda or something, because I don't drink, you can hit the super chat button. I'm not asking for it. It was kind of cool to finally see the YouTube channel get monetized. I deal with gun stuff, so I'm not, the monetization is just kind of it's never going to go anywhere, but it's kind of cool. So it just got monetized, which is cool, which is kind of cool. I have a whole $1.50 is in the monetization bin. So hey, that's kind of neat. Anyways, guys, no drinking, no smoking. I smoke tires and Mustangs. Not really. Probably a new 5.0 he'd probably grip and get out of my way in the Challenger. Maybe not in the Neon. Yeah, I'm kind of the good kid. I only got in trouble with cars. That was my main thing. I got in trouble with cars. Never drinking, never smoking. Like I said, I just went to Vegas, didn't gamble, didn't drink at all. So yeah, just in time for technical videos. As long as I don't show a gun, I might be okay. The last video, I monetized it with this, and they immediately hit it. And they said, it's limited at best. But like I said, the YouTube monetization, not really something I'm depending on. It was just kind of cool to see finally, after multiple years of doing this, to finally see the monetization. Dave, also Desert Tactical, follow him. He's got some good videos coming up. He's going to be on the channel, and he will now have one of my equalizer triggers to check out on his channel. So, hey, look at that. Even better. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. It's a little bit warm here in the shop. You can hear the AC in the background. Here in Louisiana, it's already warm. So anyways, I'll catch you guys next time on Tactical Pontoon.